What is up, everyone? Welcome back to more second generation madness. I have here a Gold Silver Crystal OU battle against Kirk Empoleon. It was a really interesting battle, so I hope you enjoy. Let's jump right into it. So he lives here with his fortress. I'm leading with Zapdos. I'm in a good position here, so I can go straight for the Thunder, which is a 2-hit KO, and even if he sets up spikes, I can Rapid Spin later with my Starmie. So he brings in his Umbreon and I miss my Thunder. Now I need to scout if this Umbreon has the Mean Lock plus Baton Pass set, because my Zapdos has the Whirlwind and I can just Whirlwind him out if he indeed has that set. But he reveals Toxic, and I'm almost certain that he doesn't have the Trap Pass, but I still need to scout more. I go for the Whirlwind here and I drag his Umbreon back in as he tried to switch, so I can continue scouting this one if it has that set, and it has Pursuit. So if he reveals, since he has Pursuit, I'm assuming he has not the Main Look plus Baton Pass set. It wouldn't make sense having Pursuit on a set like that. So it's probably the Toxic Pursuit, maybe he has Charm and the Recovery move. So I'm confident I can switch into my Cloyster without the fear of being trapped, and proceed to set up my spikes. And that's indeed what I'm doing here. And here he reveals the Charm, so his last move is probably a recovery move, either Moonlight or Rest. Not sure yet. But now with my spikes up, I can switch back to my Zapdos and start either whirlwinding things out and getting them hurt by their spikes, or just threatening stuff with Thunder. And since he brought in his Fortress, I'm going in for the Thunder, but unfortunately I will miss. He uses this opportunity to set up his spikes, but as I said, I have my Rapid Spinners still, so I'm not too worried about them. I go for the rest here, since outside of Explosion, Fortress cannot really touch me. And he actually goes for the Hidden Power, I'm assuming it's Bug, to try to damage my Zapdos, but it does nothing to him, so he decides to switch to his Jolteon. Now I'm not sure, I'm still not sure what he has on his team, so I just stayed in case he would be a Agility Pass Jolteon, but he actually sets up a substitute, and well, it's cool by me. I still have one more Sleep Turn and then I can Whirlwind him out, and he actually decides to go for the Growth. I'm not sure why he did that, since he knew I had Whirlwind. He should have just attacked or something. But yeah, okay, it's cool by me. He brings in his Fortress now, and it poisons me again while I miss my another Thunder. But it's still not cool. I have Rest off, so now with the spikes damage plus a Thunder, this Umbreon is now in a KO range of Thunder. I unfortunately miss here, not giving him any opportunity to recover, and his Umbreon is out, so a Great Wall, which could possibly slow down my team, is already out. Now, fearing the Ice Punch from this Gengar, I switch to Tyranitar, and now I will go for the Earthquake, because I don't want to go for the Pursuit yet. He's at full health and he might predict me to Pursuit. And he actually has Giga Drain, which is an interesting move on Gengar, probably to catch out some ground types off guard. And Earthquake deals a solid chunk of damage. Now I just go for the Pursuit in case of he wants to switch out, but he actually stayed in, and Pursuit took him off with a critical hit. I'm not really sure if that crit mattered, but you guys can tell me. I didn't do the calculations, but anyway, Suicune comes in, another wall I need to overcome. But since his Gengar is already down, I can safely spin away the spikes now, since his spin blocker is out of the way. And he goes for the Roar, which shows me that he is the Roar variant and not the Sleep Talk variant. That's some useful information for me later. Now, predicting a switch, I go for the Whirlwind, and he reveals a previously unrevealed Heracross, which can be problematic, but I should be fine as long as my Zapdos is alive. Because it's my best Pokemon to counter that Heracross. And now he brings back his fortress, and I take him out with a critical hit Thunder. That crit did matter, because he could survive one Thunder, but then again, I'm faster, so unless I miss, it would not change the outcome, but at least I would take some toxic damage. Now here he crits with a Thunderbolt, which puts my Zapdos in a really bad position, especially after poison damage, and seeing this Heracross, I just go for the rest. I need to keep my Zapdos alive, because otherwise this Heracross would be really problematic to my team. And he tried to take out my Zapdos with a Mega Horn, but fortunately I did go for the rest, because at that range Zapdos was at, Mega Horn would be definitely enough. Now, seeing that my Zapdos is asleep for 2 more turns, I decided just to bring in Tyranitar as Death Fodder, and then bring in another of my Pokemon safely in without taking any damage on the switch. And here he reveals he has Rock Smash. It's kind of gimmicky, but it can work, because it can lower your opponent's defense, especially if he's asleep. It can use this opportunity to lower defense and then hit hard with Mega Horn. And that's what I wanted to do here, but I just go for the explosion, not wanting to play any games here. Just explode right away and take this Heracross out, because it would be a good threat for my team. Now, I decide to reveal my Snorlax here, and since this Suicune doesn't have Sleep Talk, because he has Roar, I just decided to go for the Lovely Kiss, put him to sleep, and then I would just start cursing and trying to hit this Suicune hard. And since the Gengar is already out of the way, nothing on his team really appreciates a boosted Double Edge. But now, with the toxic that the poison damage that from the toxic that he used some turns ago, now he wakes up and goes for the Surf, and he gets a critical hit. Now, with the Double Edge, the recoil I will be suffering here, plus the poison damage, will put me in a range where, well, if it doesn't crit, I can leave that and go for rest. But here comes the Surf, and here comes the critical hit. You see, those little residual damages from poison and recoil, all that contributed for me to lose my Snorlax in this way, which was, yeah, a smart move of my opponent, taking advantage of those residual damages. Now I need to play my cards in a different way. I decided to paralyze this Suicune with a Thunder Wave, either to force him to rest or to make my Marowak, that I didn't reveal it yet, but I could make it faster than Suicune and possibly sweep later. So threatening him with the Zapdos, even though my Zapdos is asleep, he decides to switch back to Jolteon. And now, since he had Growth, Substitute, and Thunderbolt, I'm confident that he probably doesn't have a coverage move for ground types. And I bring Marowak in, and I decided now, well, I could go for Earthquake, but no, just go for a Swords Dance. And he actually switches, possibly telling me that he doesn't have a coverage move for ground types. And so, with the Swords Dance, I get to the maximum attack, and Earthquake at that range easily takes out this Suicune. And now, the only thing he has left is his Jolteon, which, as he reveals now, doesn't have that coverage move, and this Earthquake is more than enough to take him out. And so that's good game, Kirk. I really enjoyed battling you. Feel free to like this video and subscribe if you want and if you enjoy this kind of content. Also leave your feedback, it's always appreciated. And it's everything for today. I see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and peace.